On the wall above my desk, I have a picture of a piece of art. It's there to remind me of God's transforming grace and power. I've spoken about it before. However, it is poignant in this tail end of our Lenten season. So today I want to think about it in connection with an unusual teaching of Jesus in the Gospel of Matthew. Listen carefully to these words. The reading is from Matthew chapter 7, verses 1 to 6. Do not judge others, and you will not be judged, for you will be treated as you treat others. The standard you use in judging is the standard by which you will be judged. And why worry about the speck in your friend's eye when you have a log in your own? How can you think of saying to your friend, "Let me help you get rid of that speck in your eye," when you can't see past the log in your own? Hypocrite. First get rid of the log in your own eye, then you will see well enough to deal with the speck in your friend's eye. Don't waste what is holy on people who are unholy. Don't throw your pearls to pigs. They will trample the pearls and then turn and attack you. This passage can be approached in a number of different ways, but today I want to focus on the idea that we all have something in our eye. Too often we think about the size of the object as a way of kind of mitigating our need to attend to those things that cripple our lives. If we see the problem as smaller than other people's issues, then we don't really need to be bothered. Jesus, however, is saying that we need to pay attention to the small as well as the large. In this case, size is not the point. Your whole life matters, all of it. And the small things are often more irritating and damaging than the big things. Attend to the irritation, because strangely it may well be a gift from God. I've often wondered why Christianity focuses on sin so much. It's not uncommon to hear people outside our faith complain that that's the case. But as time has gone on and the larger my life has become, I understand why it does. It's easy to elevate the things that we are celebrated for, and it's good to do so, of course. But the good in our lives is not what harms us or others. It's the specks and the logs. It's the things we hide in darkness because they fill us with fear. And that fear is that others will find out, and the embarrassment will be overwhelming. So the voice of the irreligious is that there is no sin. There are no logs and specks, even though they know it's not true. Jesus takes a different path in this passage. He's not concerned that our sins make us less worthy. On the contrary, we are enough for God just as we are. We are already beloved. Rather, it seems to me that Jesus sees in us a version of ourselves that we can't see, the freed and unencumbered version. We call people like this the redeemed. This transformation can only be true, however, when we're prepared to face the speck head on. It's what Christian writers, spiritual writers, refer to as befriending our darkness. What will it be like to attend to the speck or the log, the weakness, sin or failing, and to do so in the light, the cracks in our lives? I say crack because it reminds me of the late poet and songwriter Leonard Cohen and his well-known piece Anthem, with the chorus line that goes, "There's a crack in everything, that's how the light gets in." For him, the crack was the speck or the log in our eyes. And when we recognize the crack as the possibility of transformation, something fabulous occurs. We see the light of God shining through it. Modern social beings are obsessed with perfection, or they're so overrun by it, they give way to fatalism. We look at ourselves in the mirror and we see the imperfections, which are really just comparisons to images we can't achieve. That's why cosmetic surgery is so popular. Yet it's those cracks and lines of life, the life experience that we have, that need redeeming. A new story needs to be told. They don't need hiding. They need retelling, but through the eyes of Christ, eyes which are graced. The original form that we yearn for, that which has been tarnished in some way, is recreated. A new person is born. They are the same, but restored, old but new. damaged but beautifully redefined. Kintsugi is the ancient art, Japanese art, of restoring cherished but broken pottery. It makes no attempt to restore the original image by hiding breaks and cracks, but rather celebrates the damage, as being a part of the object's story. In doing so, it brings about a beauty that wasn't seen before. Certainly the original artist's work has been damaged, but the damage has caused a recreation of the old. Kintsugi involves using molten 18-karat gold to glue the cracks and breaks. It creates a seam of beauty that exudes new strength. In the Old Testament, and indeed many religions around the world, gold is there to glorify God and is often a picture of refinement. But Kintsugi picks up on the divine theme of order and chaos. The recreation of order is so wonderful it needs to be celebrated and seen, revealed and revered. In Christian terms, the redeemed are those scarred with grace. So here we return to our passage. Jesus says, "Don't throw your pearls to pigs." It's a powerful metaphor in which Jesus implores religious people especially not to see the specks and logs as evil to be violently removed, but when handled with the artful grace of God, those specks and fracture lines of human frailty become the pearls of God's grace, gold seams of kintsugi. Jesus encourages the disciples not to hide their faults, but to attend to them with care, being cautious not to offer them for judgment, but rather offer them to the transforming power of grace. So this Lent we offer ourselves into the hands of our recreating God, the one who changes cracks into divine seams of gold. So may God bless you this day and always. Amen.